Kagent onto my local Kubernetes cluster. Now, Kagent is this really cool tool that gives us the ability to work with AI agents and interact with our environment using defined tools. The walkthrough is really good, the quick start's really good, and the installing all makes sense as well. So we're going to go through that. I have documented how I've done it here because I used ArgoCD for my deployment. So my cluster is nothing special. It's running locally on my laptop. I've got Ranch Desktop running. It's a single node, and I've got a few applications on there, including ArgoCD, which is managing declaratively all my applications. So all I'm going to do is add to that, and we're going to deploy Kagent. Now we have the ability to install it via the CLI, also using Helm, but I'm going to be leveraging Helm and then pairing it up with ArgoCD. So it's more of a declarative approach. So if we have a look at the code here, I've got it here. Don't have to worry about the ingress now. That's for another day, not for right now. Okay, right, so here it is. So I've got my Argo application manifest defined here. It's going to be Kagent. It's going to go in the Kagent namespace with a version that we're running. And the couple of things to note here are that I am running multiple sources for the application. So that is because Kagent has the Helm manifests that are generated by themselves, and then the CRDs are a separate definition. So I've got that here. Whilst they're still in the same repo, they are under a different directory, and you need the CRDs installed, obviously, for anything to actually work. I didn't do any sync work, but that's fine. Carry on. Additionally, the default provider is OpenAI, which is perfectly fine, and most people, that's what, most people have that. They know what that is. But the important thing to note is that you do actually need a API key for any of the providers that you're going to work with. So I will be using OpenAI, so ChatGPT, and I opened up some credits and an API key for that. So the key I actually have stored in external secrets, the key I have stored, which is in Bitwarden, which is then accessed via external secrets, and then the secret is created and consumed by the Kagent deployment. You don't have to do it this way. You can. I even defined it in here. You can just create the secret manually, and it will consume it in the same way. Perfectly fine. Either way works. Don't have to do it my way. Do it this way. It's easy as. It's perfectly fine. But you do need that API key to be able to leverage what we're going to do. So with that out of the way, that's all fairly straightforward. There's nothing special here. We're going to go into that, and we're just going to push it up. So we go to git add, git commit, and we go. What we're going to do, we go deploy Kagent version 0.3.1. Okay, that should be fine. Git push. Oh. Helps if you complete all of it. There we go. Okay, so that's being pushed up now. If I have a look, kubectl git Kagent. Yeah, so the refresh I have on my ArgoCD is quite a long period of time, so I have to manually refresh it if I want to actually show it straight away, which is perfectly fine. So we see there it's out of sync. Kagent is now being created, which is good. If we have a look now, still doesn't have anything. Oh. Helps if I actually type the right command. kubectl git namespace, right? Namespace, there we go. That's what I wanted to do, but the namespace wasn't there, but it is there now. And then if we go into that namespace, we can actually have a look in like kubectl git pods and namespace, right? And we can review that. Oh, come on, kubectl git pods, namespace Kagent. There we go. If we look here, we can see our agent is running. It's been up for about 41 seconds. So that's perfectly fine. So we know it is running. We can also review it in Kagent itself. I wonder if I can show you what's what's happening here. So I can probably force this warning. If I delete this, which is fine, this is not a problem. I'm not even using this secret, so we can delete this. But what I want to prompt or force is a warning that comes up here. Is it going to work? There it is. There. Do you see it? So that warning, let me try and grab it this time. Try and grab it. Grab it. Any minute now. Because it's going to disappear again. Let's go do it. Refresh. There. No, lost it. No, I can't get it in time. Basically, all it's saying is that this Kagent OpenAI secret is being managed in 2 places. I just can't grab it in time. And that's technically true, because I have it defined here as part of the Helm manifest, but I also have it defined, where is it? Here, in my external secret. Now, fortunately enough, they're both deployed in the same place, and the value of the one created by the Helm is not overwritten. Sorry, is overwritten by my external secret. So if I was to actually have a look at it, do kubectl get secrets for that namespace, and we'll see there is only the 2. And if I was to look at Kagent OpenAI, not going to do it. But I could, if I was to go into it, it'll be able to show you that it's not the default one that's created. It is actually my API key, which I will not be sharing as part of this video. So we've demonstrated it's all up and running, and the pod is there. So next, we want to actually connect to it, so we can start interacting and maybe create an agent or something. So we go kubectl get pods, get service. Namespace Kagent. So I have got an ingress declared. Not everyone's going to have that. I have got an ingress defined. Not everyone's going to have that. So we're going to just do some port forwards in here. So we go to kubectl port forward on the namespace and with the service. Service Kagent, right? And we're going to go port 8080, which is what we're going to go to, and it's going to direct that to port 80. That's perfectly fine. There we go. Port forwarding is running. So now if we go to 127, oh, look at that, predefined, way straight in. So this is the one running locally on my machine. Now I can only assume I do have some caching here because the wizard didn't fire up, but there is the wizard. There is a wizard that fires up when you do it for the first time, and it's just going to run you through the process of creating a new agent. So let's do that. It's only going to bring you here. So let's create a new agent. We'll call it Kubernetes Ninja because it's a bit more fun. Now in here, create your first agent. They do give you sort of like some basic instructions for interacting with your cluster. I took these instructions essentially and kind of like, tweaked them with ChatGPT. I said, take these instructions and make it more fun, put a Naruto twist on it. It was these ones? No, it must have been the first ones. Yeah, it was the first ones. Yeah, your first agent. Yeah, cool. Right, so I took this and I threw it in there and I said, hey, make this a bit more fun and give it a Naruto twist with a sort of like attitude of Sasuke Uchiha, right? Which for me made it more fun. So I've actually shared I've shared the instructions for the prompt here, and we're going to throw them in. So let's just throw a description in there, and I'm going to pass it in here. There we go. Right. So it's the simple sort of thing: sharp, stoic, powerful agent who moves through the Kubernetes cluster like a shinobi in the shadows. I mean, it's just a bit of fun. This is completely unnecessary, but I personally found it fun. So why not, right? You speak like yada yada, attitude and style. It's just a way for how the agent is going to behave. The next bit is probably the most important bit for the agent actually to do what we want it to do. So we know already that we can have these really in-depth conversations with AI and get something relatively useful out of it in terms of, rubber ducking or just giving information. But what it can't do is interact with your cluster or interact with your other environments. So that's where the tools come in. So here, there's a bunch of predefined tools that come out of the box. So Grafana, Helm, Istio, agents, Argo, all sorts. The ones we're interested in is the Kubernetes ones. So let's go with some fairly simple stuff. We could do a apply manifest. That might be cool. What else can we do? We can get pod logs. Pod logs are always useful. Scale, rollout for restarts, annotations, patch, label resource. Yeah, then we can do a label because then we can review it afterwards and we'll remove it as well afterwards. So what have we got? Pod logs, and what about get resources? That's probably as good as maybe a delete as well. That might be cool. Okay, cool. There we go. So we can see here that we've added a load of tools. Here's our agent. Let's create our agent. There you go. That was pretty quick. Boom. So on the right hand side here, we can see all our tools and agents. So you can hook agents to agents because there's a limit on how many tools you can have. So it's almost like Inception style agents within agents. Pretty cool. Let's just check to see. I don't know. Tell me what namespaces they have. Maybe. I don't know if that comes under get resources. It might. Yeah, look, here we go. So we can see here. So that first one, you can see get resources. It's the tool that is used to actually carry out the argument. And here's our argument. So we've got resource type name, output wide. Essentially, saying like if I open up a new terminal, he's gone kubectl, get namespaces, and output wide. That's what he's done. I say he, you know who I'm talking about. But that's what he's done. So essentially his results, I imagine, would look the same. Yeah, look at that. Right? So it's just a way of using sort of like natural language to communicate and find out. There's all my namespaces. Cool. So that was get resources. Let's, I don't know, what can I break that I don't particularly care about? Anything, I mean, it's all going to revert anyway because of the, because of ArgoCD, right? So let's have a look at Postgres. So add label, I don't know, this is Postgres to Postgres deployment in the Postgres namespace, right? Let's see how it handles that. Okay, this is Postgres. Okay, label resources, right? What argument is it done? So it's done like deployment, name, Postgres, namespace. Okay, yep. Results. Error. Okay. Okay, it's missing something. It's missing more. Okay, you got the orders. Failed due to key. Oh, okay, yeah, sorry, that's my bad. Because I didn't actually give it a decent label because I'm stupid. So let's just take that and do it properly. App equals. There you go. Will it do that? I can't remember. And let's just be safe because I can't remember off the top of my head. I'm pretty sure. There you go. That should be fine. That should be acceptable. See how it behaves this time. Okay, so it's gone through the same label resources. You ordered me to fail due to incorrect input format again, because how do they want it? This is this. What format do they want it in a comma then? With a colon, sorry. Blah 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 blah. Either different name or it doesn't exist, or it's a namespace. Maybe it's just because I've picked a really bad one there. kubectl get deployments namespace Postgres. Okay, cool. Deployments. Yeah, that's why there isn't any deployments. It must just be a pod. It's a pod, right? Yeah. Okay, cool, right. Okay, so let's instead then, right, label pods. Label pod. Okay, add label to the pod in Postgres namespace. Okay, all right. Let's see how it behaves with this then. This might work. This still might not work. Still might not like it. But at least I know that it won't just, it will actually fail for the right reasons, right? You asked me to do it. Successfully applied. Okay, cool. All right, so now if I kubectl get pods on the namespace Postgres with, what is it? Is it show labels? Is that the command? Labels. Do you see it there? Is it there? App primary managed by Helm. This is not helping. Okay, I don't think it's there. Oh my days, why is it so long? There we go, labels. No. No. Hey! There it is. There it is. So it did do it. See? Alright, okay, cool. So, in the same essence then, let's get it to, I order you to remove this label from the Postgres pod in Postgres namespace. There we go. All right, and enter. Order you. Just to kind of play along with the character that we've built here, you've ordered removal of the label. This is the pod. Execution was swift and precise. This is ridiculous. Label was removed successfully. Now the pod moves silently with no trace of that label. So if we run the same command again, yes, I could have grepped on it, but I'm not going to because I don't have a reason. But our label is gone. Our label has disappeared. So this is a good thing. This is exactly what we were looking for. So yeah, I mean, what else is there? So we've done, okay, let's apply manifest. Let's, so if I go to Kubernetes, right, and let's go to, I don't know what we've got. They have one, I know they do. They have like just a bare bones something. Or is it BusyBox? They got bare bones pods. Give me a pod. Give me a manifest. There it is. Simple pod. Okay. All right. So this is hopefully going to use the apply manifest tool again. Like all our tools are here on the right, and we're going to go. I order you to apply this manifest. All right. Cool. So we go apply this manifest. I wonder if it can do an update with in a new namespace. There we go. This will give it a little bit more to work with. It's going to have to do some stuff. I don't know if it can create namespaces. We'll see. It might fail. In a new namespace called Ninja, and you need to create the namespace and update the manifest. Update the manifest. Okay, right, cool. Let's see if this works. I have no idea because I didn't read the definition of all of the tools. You ordered me to apply this namespace. Oh, okay. You ordered me to create a namespace called Ninja and apply the nginx pod manifest. Updating it to the new namespace, I created the Ninja namespace and deployed it with pod. This is wicked. Okay, kubectl get namespaces. Spaces. Do you see it? There it is, that Ninja. Okay, cool. So kubectl get pods namespace ninja. Oh well, I'll be damned. There it is. It did create it, so it can do everything, which really means, you know, like, I could have taken it, I could have deployed it. I wonder if it can create manifest. What about I want you to deploy a busybox pod, right, in the Ninja namespace. With an echo command of hello Ninja that runs every, I don't know, 10 seconds. I don't know how this is. Who knows, right? You want me to deploy a busybox pod inside Ninja. It will run an echo command, hello Ninja, every 10 seconds repeatedly. It's applied a manifest, so that means it's written a manifest itself. So it's done a pod called Ninja in the Ninja namespace. Containers busybox, image busybox. Okay, cool. Yeah, it's done it. Yeah, bin shell command. While true, do echo hello Ninja. God damn. kubectl get pods namespace Ninja, right? There's our pod. So if I have a look at the logs for busybox, over here, we hit busybox. That's cool. That's cool. Wow. Yeah. I mean, obviously this is very simple. This is very low level stuff. But the fact that I can just say, hey, dude, go build this and echo it here so that I can create some logs, it's doing it. And I bet if I wanted to scale it, now I need a deployment to scale. Because I need the replicate count. So I don't think I've got anything that I can scale at the moment, which kind of sucks. But as I just did there, so what about, I wonder if it'll do continuation now. Get me the logs of that pod you just deployed. So I'm not going to tell it which pod to go for and see if it just kind of like follows the conversation, which it should, because, you know, it's using just a, yeah, there it is. That's really cool. That's really cool. All right. Yeah, no, there's no, oh, okay. So it took the definition of the pod. Did I say pods or pod? Now give me the logs of that pods. Maybe if I just put that pod, it would have only got the one. But it got both. And it got both the Nginx that it deployed and the busybox Ninja that it deployed. And there's the logs. Wow. Cool. I mean, yeah, I've detailed it all in my blog here. You can follow it along, deploy it. It won't really cost you anything. I think I put like $5 or $10 on my API key for OpenAI to start playing around and so that I can do this. But it's just, it's fun. It's, you know, being able to interact with the Kubernetes cluster is probably just like the tip of the iceberg in terms of what this thing can do and everything that it will be able to do. I mean, I showed you there that the tools that it supports, are they here? Are they here? You know, some of the tools that it supports, it's just really, really cool. Where were they? There, so we've got agents, we've got Argo rollouts, Helm, Istio. I wonder if it can see, I don't even know if I should have one Helm deployment. I don't know if it'll see it though. How many Helm deployments do I have? This agent is the one out of the box. I haven't built this one. In theory though, I should have one. Unless it's counting, yeah, it's managed by Helm. So even though so I didn't define them through the CLI into it, but because they are managed through Helm as part of the declarative format, it's still got the label as managed by Helm. It can tell me you have at least 5 Man, this is cool. I mean, imagine using this for like your reporting. You know, you need a health status report that goes out to C-level, like, you know, people, C-level employees, just like high-end employees that aren't too worried about the technical stuff. They just want like the bones, you know, the red, blue, green, the red, yellow, green, or whatever color scheme you use. You could literally do this with this, you know, but you could define in your agent characteristics to create the report based on, so say you ran the command of tell me the health status of all my applications in ArgoCD, and then configure a report based on the health status, out of sync being yellow, degraded being red, and healthy being green. It would be able to create that report and potentially send it out to anything you could want to, really. And yeah, you'll be away. You know, this is a cool tool. I highly recommend you check it out. And if you follow along my blog, you'll be able to you'll be there in no time. Equally, their own documentation gives you very straightforward, quick start. So yeah, thanks for watching. See you in the next one.